Imagine this. It's sunrise and you're sipping coffee on your deck as bald eagles soar overhead, seals bob along the shoreline, and the ferry glides quietly through Guaymas Channel. Living on the waterfront in Anacortes is not just about real estate. It's about claiming a front row seat to some of the most awe-inspiring views in the entire Pacific Northwest. But the question is it right for you? Well, let's talk about it. Hey friends, I am Leah Courage, a real estate broker with the Courage Group here in beautiful Anacortes, Washington. And on this channel, we talk about all things relocation, real estate, and lifestyle in the North Puget Sound, especially in the communities of Anacortes, around Whidbey Island, and beyond. Today's topic is one I get asked about constantly. What are the pros and cons of owning a luxury waterfront home in Anacortes? And more importantly, what can you actually get for your money in 2025? Well, by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what $1 million or two or even three buys you on the water here in Anacortes. So stay with me, because if you're dreaming of a life on the shoreline, this guide was made for you. So let's dive in. Let's start with the current luxury waterfront market here in Anacortes. Inventory is tight, demand is steady, and anything with unobstructed views, beach access, or moorage sells at a premium. In 2025, we're seeing entry-level waterfront start around $800,000. But before you get excited, that's very typically in the form of a condo, often with shared amenities and common areas. Once you cross the $1.6 to $2 million mark, you're typically looking at skyline marina properties that have private docks, direct waterfront single-family homes with mid-sized lots, sweeping views, and beach trails. They go for far north of $2 million. And that's where things get rare. Estate properties with deep water moorage, acreage, or dramatic architectural design are just not common. Let's talk locations, because not all waterfront is created equal. The west side of Anacortes is highly coveted for its waterfront properties because you get those postcard-perfect sunsets and typically large established trees on the property as well. Most homes in this area are at least 2,000 square feet, and they typically range from being built in the 70s to modern times. Dewey Beach, on the very south end of Anacortes, has a variety of stunning luxury waterfront homes that are low bank and often with sandy beaches. Dewey Beach properties range from 6,000 square foot modern homes all the way to bungalow-style cabins built in the 1950s. Now, Cap Sante offers front row water views to the east and north while providing amazing walkability into town, while properties near Biz Point tend to offer a more rugged Pacific Northwest feel with stunning views but significantly more exposure to wind and weather. Let's take a quick pause here, because if this kind of information is helpful to you, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so that you never miss an update about life in Anacortes and the North Puget Sound. And if you're thinking about buying luxury property on the water, please reach out to us. We offer private consultations, due diligence checklists, and so much more to our clients. Now let's get back to it. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Let's say you fall in love with a property on a bluff overlooking the islands. It looks like a dream, but what's going on behind the scenes? Is the bluff stable? Is the bulkhead permitted? Is the beach even yours to access? These are the kinds of questions that can turn a dream into a massive dilemma if you don't know what you're looking for. And it's where working with a local expert like myself, who can guide you through all the questions you should be asking, really pays off. Now let's talk docks, because if you're a boater, this part matters. Here's the truth. If a private dock is non-negotiable for your lifestyle, you're probably going to want to focus your search in Skyline. The Skyline neighborhood is home to Anacortes' primary marina community. You've got the Skyline Marina right there, with moorage slips, yacht services, dry storage, and homes that just sit a quick walk away or a golf cart ride away from their boats. Some homes even have views of their slip from the deck, which makes boat ownership simple and seamless. Now, I do get asked about private docks in other areas, especially in Dewey Beach. And yes, there are a few homes, primarily on the south end of Anacortes, that still have private docks. What you need to know is these docks were built decades ago, before current shoreline restrictions were in place. But let me be clear, those homes are incredibly rare, and it is almost impossible to get a permit to build a new dock today. Washington's Shoreline Management Act is very strict, and for good reason. It's meant to protect super fragile shoreline ecosystems. But what that means for buyers is this: if a dock is not already there, it almost certainly won't be allowed to go in going forward. So if you're picturing tying up your boat in your own backyard, you'll need to look for an existing grandfathered in situation, and those homes do not come on the market very often. What you will often find in luxury waterfront properties, however, are boat launches. These are much more common than docks, so if you're not totally tied to the idea of having a dock, a boat launch can be a great compromise. If you're still thinking about boat access, some properties offer deep water moorage that's safe to use in the fairer weather months. Launching a 40-foot sailboat right from your backyard is incredible, but not every shoreline is so deep that you can actually make that happen. So again, this is where working with a local expert who can guide you on the process really matters. So if moorage or easy boat access is a big part of your waterfront dream, you'll want to consider Skyline Marina or one of the shared moorage communities in the area, like the Biz Point neighborhood. They offer the best combination of convenience, legality, and long-term functionality. Now let's talk about maintenance. Living on the water comes with a unique set of responsibilities. Salt air, as we know, corrodes everything faster. Windows, roofs, siding, decks. Utilities also might not be what you're used to. Some properties are on wells and septic systems, and some are on city utilities still, and others are somewhere in between. Internet and cell service can be patchy in some pockets, primarily if you're searching outside of city limits. You'll also need to consider flood insurance if your home is within certain FEMA zones, and luxury replacement coverage that takes into account high-end finishes, custom woodwork, or waterfront-specific features. Let's touch for a minute on the permitting process. Anything you want to build or improve on near the shoreline is subject to very tight critical area ordinances, shoreline management compliance, and also potential state oversight. If you're lucky enough to find raw land with no structures on it, be aware that the design and permitting process will take significantly longer than a non-waterfront property, simply because the state shoreline regulations are intense and building plans require extra scrutiny. Now, back to the lifestyle discussion. What's it actually like to live on the water in Anacortes? Well, it depends. Some people live here full time, while others keep their waterfront home as a seasonal escape. During the winter, you'll need to be prepared for power outages, storms, and potential isolation if the weather gets intense, which usually takes the form of trees falling down on the roads. And depending on your location, heating and maintenance costs can climb quickly. But what you get in return is absolutely priceless. A level of peace, privacy, and connection to the Puget Sound that is nearly impossible to find anywhere else. I've had clients watch orcas breach literally from their decks. Others spend their mornings clamming at low tide or evenings kayaking with their kids along the shore. Some of my buyers who now live in Dewey Beach told me that moving to the water didn't just change their view, it changed their entire rhythm of life. Of course, there are red flags to look out for too. Homes with repeated price reductions may be overpriced for their location, or they could be hiding expensive deferred maintenance. Unpermitted shoreline improvements can become costly code compliance issues down the line. And easement disputes, especially on older properties with shared driveways or beach trails, are more common than you think. But here's the good news. When you know what to watch for, and when you work with a team that's experienced in luxury waterfront transactions like we are, you can navigate all of this with total confidence. Our team helps clients with shoreline surveys, septic inspections, environmental assessments, and luxury financing all the time. And we've built trusted relationships with local inspectors, contractors, and lenders who understand the unique nature of this market. And let's talk about investment potential. While nothing in real estate is guaranteed, waterfront homes in Anacortes have historically appreciated steadily, fueled by limited inventory and higher buyer demand. So whether you're looking for a legacy property to keep in your family for generations or a luxury asset that holds value in a volatile market, waterfront is often one of the most resilient choices you can make. So, are you dreaming of a waterfront deck with a hot tub and a sunset view, a moorage-ready home base for your boat, or maybe just a quiet stretch of beach to walk barefoot every morning with your coffee in hand? Well, wherever you are in your journey, we would love to help you get there. We offer a customized buyer consultation for waterfront clients, complete with exclusive listings, a downloadable luxury due diligence guide, and a quarterly market report on Anacortes waterfront properties. So, What are you waiting for? Your Anacortes Waterfront Lifestyle is waiting for you. Thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this information, please be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so that you never miss a new video about life in Anacortes and the North Puget Sound. And if you're planning on buying or selling a home in the North Puget Sound, we would love to work with you. Our contact information is below, and we'll be honored to help you make your next move with confidence. Thank you so much for watching. Keep exploring, and we will see you in the next video.